everybody. Welcome to another quick episode of the Business Over Beer podcast. We are live.
We're live at another event.
Dude.
We're at our good friends at Taps Beer Reserve in Ridgefield. Man, I love this place. Their beer selection is ridiculous. I just had the Fort Side de Fresh Mode for all you 80s music fans.
That's what I have right here as well.
And then I had the Asana Pale Ale. It's like a hazy pale ale.
You did.
It was actually really yummy at 5.5% alcohol. It's right up my alley, especially on an afternoon. Drink those all day.
Dude, porch pounders. Speaking of porch pounders, my first beer was Sippy Cup.
Oh, of course it was. Good Life Brewing, right?
Good Life Brewing. It was fantastic. It's perfect for a day like this. You can sit down, relax, and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the atmosphere. Speaking of atmosphere, Jonathan, why are we here?
So we are here at Taps Beer Reserve for Helinski's Hope Fundraiser. It is to help mental health, to help particularly student athletes, college student athletes with their mental health. This story is so touching. It's so amazing. And we're just so blessed to be here to support this cause, to support Kevin and the Taps Beer Reserve, and to be advocates for mental health.
I'm Christine Lombardi. I'm Tyler's aunt and godmother, and his dad, Mark, is my brother.
I am Lisa Summers, the manager here at Taps Beer Reserve in Ridgefield. We are doing our third fundraiser for Helinski's Hope, the foundation that goes around the country speaking to student athletes, and it was founded by Mark and Kim Helinski when their son Tyler took his life. He was Washington State University's quarterback in 2016-17, and he took his own life, and it was absolutely devastating as a Coug.
Helinski's Hope was born out of tragedy after the death of my nephew at Washington State, and we just knew we needed to do something as a family. It was hard to sit idle, kind of in your own grief. But we also became acutely aware of the fact that there was very little mental health education or resources available to student athletes across the country. So our mission is to eradicate the stigma, but just simply raising awareness just doesn't cut it, right? You have to teach people how to manage their mental wellness. Mental illness is an unseen force, I think, or an unseen disease, in that people just act differently. Whereas physical health, you see somebody break their leg, they have a heart attack, they're in the hospital, and it is mechanically fixable, if that makes sense, or physically fixable. Whereas mental health, it's unseen. When we don't know how to fix things acutely, it causes fear in us, I think. So we're just trying to normalize the conversation around mental health. That's a big part of our goal. Speak up if you need something, but also talk to your friends, your children, or do things like this, fundraisers, so we can help more people.
It really hit the Coug family very, very hard. And if you're a Coug, you understand exactly what that means. Cougs help Cougs. So when this first came about and they started the foundation, we reached out year one and asked if we could throw a fundraiser for the foundation, and this is our third one.
What can people expect when they come to this fundraiser, the Helinski's Hope fundraiser at Taps?
They can expect a lot of fun, good beer, food. We get a lot of beer donated, so the proceeds from that part of the beer go to Helinski's Hope 100%, as does the food. We also have a very big silent auction every year, and 100% of those proceeds go to Helinski's Hope.
Washington State, alumni, everybody at Washington State essentially has been the center of Helinski's Hope. They were there for us when we couldn't walk on our own. You know, they picked us up and carried us essentially. Sorry, it's going to make me very emotional. But to the larger extent, the state of Washington has kind of become home to us. You know, it's that, I almost feel like I'm from here because we've always been supported. All across the state, they've been part of us. And Kevin, you know, came to us early on and said, how can I help? And he's one of so many that have done that. I wish I could list out everybody's name and give credit to everyone who's ever done something for us. But you know, there's those special people that come into your life, and Kevin's really one of them. And we've been able to talk about personal things, the things that we've encountered over our lives. And I think he's just become family. And sorry, I just love him so much. He's wonderful. And he tries to do so much good. And those are the people we want to have in our lives. Can I share something about our college football mental health week?
Yes, please do.
That's coming up. Okay, we started this last year. So 2020 was our inaugural year. It's called College Football Mental Health Week. We also term it 3-Day. And we started with 18 schools last year. And, you know, and COVID was difficult. So a lot of schools weren't even playing. This year we're at 38. Our goal was 50. And we should have 50 in the next couple weeks. And that includes schools from Clemson in the SEC to University of Washington here in Seattle. All across the country, these schools are getting involved. And it takes place between October 2nd and October 9th of this year. The reason being is, you know, there are football games on each of those weekends. And World Mental Health Day is on the 10th of October. Basically, it's very simple, and we actually provide the resources for schools to participate. They wear green ribbons on their helmets one of those days. Usually we ask them to do it on their home game. And they're little green ribbons, obviously, that represent mental health. And there's a little 3 in them that is Tyler's 3, essentially, in the ribbon. The second component of it is essentially a PSA. So a public service announcement that we have put together. It includes footage from ESPN, which did an E60 piece on my nephew and on Helinski's Hope. And it's the voiceover is done by Jen Latta from ESPN. So it's a wonderful 45-second public service announcement that schools are going to play during their halftime. And then the first play of the third quarter, there's a moment of silence where everyone raises a 3 in recognition of mental health, and also, you know, selfishly represents Tyler and where this all started. But it's a very simple way to get so many people involved. So if your school's not a part of it, reach out to them. Reach out to the athletic department at your schools and ask them why they're not involved. And we will absolutely get them the information they need to be a part of it. And it's not about us, right? It's not about Helinski's Hope. It's not about Tyler. It's about making a difference for everybody who's still here. And so we just want to get that word out. And we want every school to be involved. And even if you don't have a football team, you can be involved. We've got bows for the cheerleaders. We've got headbands for the women's sports. There are a lot of ways to be involved, so reach out to us at info@helinskishope.org. Tyler represents everybody's son, everybody's brother, everybody's cousin. You know, that's why people are so affected by it. He was a great kid, and if you knew him, then you obviously knew how wonderful he was. But for the larger scope, I think he just represents what, you know, some people's greatest fears. And I'm glad we're able to do a little good after losing him. You know.
Man, what she was talking about, brother, I mean, for you and I to be a part of this it's always something special because A, we get to have a lot of great beer. B, we can win some raffle what is it? It's the silent auction, dude. Did your mom get something? Is she gonna win something?
I don't know. She put in a bid. I think she put in for a Cougs shirt. So all of you Coug family members out there, this is a big Washington State Cougars event. My mom from back in the Midwest, she might be sporting the Cougs shirt later. We'll get a picture of that if she wins
That would be awesome if she won it. How would you feel as a Dayton alum?
Well, you know, my lovely wife is a Washington State student, so I'd feel just fine about it. I'd feel just fine.
Awesome.
But no, we're more than blessed, more than privileged to be here, to be a part of it. You know, because a business over beer, it's not about what you do, but it's about the story behind what you do. And Kevin here at Taps,
man,
and this story and what he's doing with Helinski's Hope is just so incredible. and all of these great organizations supporting mental health. We're just happy to be part of it
100%.
and do just this much that we can with our platform.
Yep. Hey, Canope's not here, so if people want to find Biz Over Beer, where do they go?
Hey, go check this out, bizoverbeer.com. That is B-I-Z overbeer.com.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed the quick, I know it was a small interview, but it was worth, to us, I got a little bit more experience with why behind the why.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm
right.
saying?
I see what you're saying.
It's weird.
All right. Love you, bro.
Love you.
We'll see you.